The Nigerian Economic Summit Group, in its role as connector, dialogue partner, watchdog, and intervener,
when you first start business, your target is to make your first million.
Seeks to change the narrative and trajectory of the Nigerian economy. Together with our partners, we're not just solving problems, but preventing them, because when advocacy succeeds, the nation transforms for the better. But advocacy is for the strong. It takes fact-based inputs, resilience, partnerships, courage, and a lot of heroes. So be our hero. Subscribe to our channel, listen to our messages, and engage with us. Together, we can transform Nigerian lives, communities, and businesses. Welcome to the NESG Radio.
I am delighted and honored to be here to give a short remark at the 27th Nigerian Economic Summit. The summit is an annual event organized by the Federal Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning and the Nigerian Economic Summit Group. Since its inception 28 years ago, the summit has become reputed as the largest annual gathering of key stakeholders dedicated to discussing the economic and social issues in Nigeria. The summit attracts a broad spectrum of local and global decision makers to discuss ideas and approaches that address some of our country's most pressing and complex economic challenges. The summit connects leaders from businesses, government, civil society organizations, the academia, with the goal of shaping the national development agenda. It equally provides a platform for networking and cross-fertilization of ideas between the public and private sectors to drive realistic and actionable formulation and development of strategic framework for effective policy implementation. At this juncture, I would like to address and to express our sincere gratitude to His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria and the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is today ably represented by His Excellency the Vice President. This once again demonstrates your collective commitment to submit to the summit process, as well as your unwavering dedication to finding lasting solutions to the economic, political, and social challenges facing our country. We are very grateful, sirs. Let me also use this opportunity to appreciate His Excellency Haile Mariam Desalegn Oshé, former Prime Minister of Ethiopia, for honoring our invitation and accepting to deliver the Keynote Address. We thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We heartily welcome your participation as you share your rich knowledge and experience in driving economic growth and development in Ethiopia. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the theme of NES 27 is securing our future, the fierce urgency of now. This theme was consciously chosen to reflect the need for urgent and targeted action to address the current national challenges in Nigeria. It also builds on the conversation from last year's summit, which emphasized the importance of harnessing critical and strategic partnerships towards economic recovery and resilience. While reflecting on the theme of the summit, let us collectively envision a Nigeria with a majority of the citizens lifted out of poverty, given access to fundamental services such as education, healthcare, water supply, and sanitation, in line with the policy direction of the present administration. Let us again envisage a future with economic growth led by a thriving, innovative private sector, resulting in a diversified economy with the non-oil taxes as a major source of income, and the non-oil sector, driving export expansion and accelerating the accretion to our foreign reserves. Let us again collectively envision a future where our young and vibrant population is driving growth in high value-added services, such as in the digital economy, in professional services, as well as in scientific and technical services. Again, let us envision a future. A globally competitive Nigeria at the forefront of advances in medium and high-tech manufacturing, characterized by increased product complexity and leveraging on our natural endowments. Let us envision a future that is safe and secure, in which Nigerian citizens and foreign investors can trade and conduct business transactions with ease. This future we all crave, and we must all crave, will be achieved only by the dedication and the hard work of all stakeholders, with leadership at the federal, state, and local government, but with strong collaboration with the private sector. Your Excellencies, as you are aware, the business sector is a key engine of growth that must play a critical role in achieving the future we envisage. To realize this future, a paradigm shift is incontrovertible. This will entail comprehensive and targeted reforms, a reorientation of our national values, and a radical shift in our attitudes to taxation and public financial management. This is consistent with the focus of this administration on targeted investments in critical infrastructure and in social development. Already, government is leading interventions and reforms to achieve these goals. We have prioritized investments in critical soft and hard infrastructure across the country, such as roads, rails, schools, hospitals, delivered through annual budgets at the federal and state levels. The Annual Finance Act has become an important innovation introduced by this administration and are also key tools for effecting gradual, incremental fiscal policy changes and incentivizing private sector participants. We also recognize the need for increased domestic resource mobilization as evidenced by the implementation of the Strategic Revenue Growth Initiative, an important intervention that is already yielding positive results in stimulating non-oil revenue growth. In addition, we have completed work on the Medium-Term National Development Plan for 2021 to 2025, which sets the development agenda for achieving growth driven by emerging economic sectors. However, government cannot drive the required investments on its own. And we also acknowledge that there is a need to continue to incentivize the private sector participation in the much-needed economic transformation of our country. The required investments and policy changes must be implemented in a sustainable and inclusive manner, ensuring that the needs of the present do not compromise the future generations, the prosperity of future generations. Thus, in developing interventions, the well-being of present and future citizens of Nigeria must be considered and guaranteed. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as part of the efforts towards making this year's event result-oriented, the summit is structured to include plenary sessions, design workshops, roundtable discussions, insight sessions, debates, dialogues, and co-creation labs. The summit discussions are centered on 5 themes, namely high and sustained growth, quality of life, national security, political economy, and digital transformation. I want to join the chairman of the NESG and my colleague, the Minister of State Budget and Planning, to encourage all participants at the summit to keep at the forefront of your minds the urgency of now, the fierce urgency of now, and also to allow this to influence your candid and open discussions that highlights the risks, the opportunities, and the priorities both at the national and subnational levels for policy interventions, as well as private sector actions that are required to accelerate sustainable and inclusive growth in our country. In conclusion, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let me also express again our appreciation to His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari and His Excellency the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yomi Osinbajo, but also special appreciation to His Excellency Haile Mariam Desalegn, the former Prime Minister of Ethiopia, state governors that are here, distinguished senators, honorable members of the National Assembly, business leaders, and other distinguished guests for graciously accepting to participate in this summit. I have no doubt that the outcomes of your participation will be of immense benefit, not only to you as individuals, but most importantly to the progress, peace, and prosperity of Nigeria. While wishing everyone that is here, both physically and virtually, fruitful deliberations, I want to thank you all for your kind participation and your kind attention.
The Nigerian Economic Summit Group, in its role as connector, dialogue partner, watchdog, and intervener,
When you first start business, your target is to make your first million.
seeks to change the narrative and trajectory of the Nigerian economy. Together with our partners, we're not just solving problems, but preventing them, because when advocacy succeeds, the nation transforms for the better. But advocacy is for the strong. It takes fact-based inputs, resilience, partnerships, courage, and a lot of heroes. So be our hero. Subscribe to our channel, listen to our messages, and engage with us. Together, we can transform Nigerian lives, communities, and businesses. Welcome to the NESG Radio.